Hi Leo, welcome to Lit Intuition Tarot, Twin Flames in Recovery. My name is Kay. Last night I did y'all's yin reading for the Twin Flame journey. This one is based more on if you resonate with the yang, light, masculine, active side of the connection, regardless of gender. If you find that this reading does not resonate with you, you should go ahead and check your yin reading, which I posted last night. That being said, I would like to note that I do not ever do these readings with the intention of spying on one's twin flame. But if you are a cross-watcher, I don't judge. I just ask that you use your discernment. I will be saying you throughout the reading, addressing Leo Yang. So reverse roles as necessary. Just got a few more shuffles here to go. These cards are kind of large and unwieldy. Any information that you might want about this channel is in the description box below. That's also where you can find a link to my website, where you could book a personal reading with me or order a personalized avatar birth chart. Last shuffle. Okay. Good grief. These cards are really sticking today. It's kind of starting to get on my nerves. I wonder if maybe there's any agitation within the Leo Yang collective today. We'll see what the tarot says in a moment, but first I'm going to split this pre-shuffled I Ching of Love Oracle deck, select two from the center, and read the definition, or not the definition, the explanation in the book that comes with the cards. So first we have 29, master number 11 or 2. It says the dark night of the soul. Here's the picture. Really like this deck. It's got interesting artwork. And we have 4, youthful inexperience. Okay, 29 and 4. So from the book we have 29, the dark night of the soul. You are experiencing the confrontation with the existential anguish that suddenly can darken life. The oracle traces the simple way out. You have to get to the heart of things and not stop at the surface of events. In this sense, the prophecy is positive. Whatever the darkness in which you are immersed, in you there is the awareness that can grasp the teaching. Anchor yourself to that. Okay, interesting. In a Yang reading, we have the dark night of the soul. And of course, there's a little bit of the other in each polarity, as is shown by the yin yang symbol, which, by the way, is also on the back of these cards. There's always a little spot of dark there in the light, and a little spot of light there in the dark. So I just pulled those as kind of an overarching theme of the reading. Take it as it resonates. And 4 says, youthful inexperience. The oracle is telling you that you are facing an abyss, but don't worry. By necessity, the carefreeness that characterizes this card leads you to flow, thus overcoming any obstacle that prevents you from progressing. So those kind of go together, I think, in a way. You may feel like you're floundering at some point or starting to head more towards your shadow energies. If that's the case, Spirit's saying find an anchor within yourself. Oh, goodness. My nose itches, excuse me. Whenever that happens, I feel like I'm tapping into something here. But I'm going to pick these up, get them off the table. I was actually just talking with Aries, well, not talking with them, but doing their video. And it was talking about how I think they may be starting to wobble a little bit more toward the polarities flipping and them starting to enter into more of a shadow energy. If you have Aries in your chart, you could consider that, or that something like that may be the case here. Then again, you may be, often we go through that dark night of the soul right before we really start to peak. You know what I'm saying. Okay, so you all saw me shuffle these on camera. Let me split this deck as well. Thank you, Spirit. So in your feelings, we have the 8 of Coins, Virgo energy, then I don't know what I said, if I said feelings or thoughts, but it's thoughts. High Priestess, Major Arcana for Cancer and Pisces. And the Five of Cups, Scorpio energy. In your feelings, we have the Seven of Wands. That's your energy, Leo. With the Knight of Swords, air energy. I see it as primarily Aquarius, but can also be Gemini or Libra. And we have the Four of Wands, Aries energy. I'm going to pause here before I lay out the final row and look at these for a moment. Okay. Okay. And in your intentions, we have the Two of Cups, Cancer energy, with the Six of Swords, Aquarius energy, and the Nine of Swords, Gemini. Okay. Oh, and the two final cards, 3D outcome that you may actually see, you know, in real life, and a 5D outcome, just kind of the general trajectory of the connection at this time, if things keep flowing the way they are. So in your thoughts, your intuition is working, and so you're picking up some things that are going on around you, Leo, and you are thinking about how, like, you're coming across, you're trying to purposely portray yourself as very cool, calm, and collected. You're not talking a lot about the things. You're covering it up, basically, by working on something. Your thoughts are busy on trying to build towards some kind of stability or security in your life. So you might be working on your money, your finances, career, that kind of thing. Or you could be working on yourself as well. So that can include physical fitness or self-help books, therapy, whatever that means for you. You're thinking about how this helps you to, with the High Priestess and the Five of Cups, you are thinking about some of the regrets that you have surrounding this connection. It's just that with the High Priestess, it's like you've kind of decided that you're going to try to see things, try to think of things in a spiritual light. So knowing this is your twin flame, that would be a healthy way to think about things. So good for you there if that's the case. You know, thinking about what you can do to continue to work toward your stability in the 3D plane, while at the same time thinking that you know there is a deeper spiritual purpose and connection to this pain that you've been experiencing. And so I see those types of thoughts going around in your head. Getting more specific would require, you know, everybody's going to be different as far as what those regrets are about, etc. But moving on to your feelings. The Knight of Swords here is at the heart of the spread. There's a I'm seeing this as being kind of progressive in a sense, left to right. Like, I don't always see it that way. It depends on the reading. But with the Seven of Wands, you've gotten to a place of, like, what you'd consider higher ground, where maybe you've won some kind of victory for yourself, whether others see it or not, because in the Six of Wands there's public recognition, but we don't see exactly what happened here. We just see you at the Seven, which is where you're pretty much protecting yourself and maybe have a little bit of feeling a little defensive. And then with that Knight of Swords, though, more than anything, I can almost see it's like you're chopping at these 7 wands until you get down to the 4. Because in your feelings, you know, like you feel. When I say know in this case, I'm not referring to intellectual knowledge, but like your gut, you just know that this is your twin flame, and that if the intention is to become, you know, to become one in a union, which I can see you do believe that that's part of the journey here with the Two of Cups and your intentions, then you know what it's supposed to end in this twin flame union. Usually the wands and the 4 wands are parallel, and so that you can see the 1111 reference that make a lot of tarot readers call this the Twin Flame card. But even if you didn't know anything about twin flames, it talks about celebrations around the home and family. So, it can be baby showers, birth announcements, gender reveals, weddings, moving in together, buying a new home, selling a home. It's just, all these reasons to celebrate around family or home. So you see that, like you feel that, and you're feeling this desire, almost like an angry desire to figure out why you have to protect yourself against something so fiercely that is supposed to be the other part of your soul. I mean, I see you kind of wrestling too with this knowledge, although, because as the Knight of Swords, I am seeing that as you, and at the heart of the spread, what I was getting to with that before, is that all you really want to do is you want to cut to the truth. So yes, you may know this person is your twin flame. You may feel like you have to protect yourself against them for whatever reason and keep your mind busy with these other material things to maybe avoid your regrets or sadness. At the same time, when I look at your intentions, the Two of Cups there, that is, a beautiful soulmate connection. Two people who are genuinely linked on a deep level that resonates into the spiritual realm. An equal give and take of emotions, and it's a beautiful energy. So your intention is to head toward that with your twin flame. In the meantime, it's like I'm getting with this 6 of Swords and 9 of Swords that your intention is to use this knowledge that you have that this is your twin flame with the 2 of Cups, to move past, to move into a place that's not so turbulent, to move past this anxiety and these sleepless nights that you've had before. Your intention is just to, maybe you can sort of negate the effects of those or lessen them in their intensity or frequency if you're able to just focus on the fact that this is the 2 of Cups for you. Therefore, it's got to end up well. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's got to end in union. Maybe not in this lifetime. That can be very hard when you get to that point in the twin flame journey, because it's like, well, then what's the fucking point? Because they didn't even know what twin flames were. What if we've been going through this for 1,000 years? Who knew what was going on 500 years ago? People just tortured each other, I guess, if I even believe in this whole concept. And then, it gets, I don't know. You get past that, though, is what I'm trying to get to, and realize that if this only is one lifetime out of however many, then why trip about it so hard? I mean, if you were able to read it as a 100-page book from the perspective of a god, you'd be able to see that, on page 100, the union happens and all is love and light and bliss and whatever. But in the meantime, that's the page that you're on, it's just a page of the story. So I don't think about things usually in that sort of manner, Leo Yang, so I really feel like I'm kind of channeling someone else's energy here. Hopefully it resonates. We're about to get to the final outcomes. There's just something that's kind of bugging me about this. The 6 and the 9, of Swords. I mean, I already talked about what they meant here, but it's really calling to my attention, like the 6 and the 9, kind of like in the Cancer symbol, which I know because I'm a Cancer sun, but like that clock, like somebody could have been born in 69 or 96, or even if not, something about that. And I'm not talking about sex either, but take that as it resonates. Something about the 6 and the 9 seems like it's significant in this twin flame union. So take that as it resonates, or connection, I should say. Okay, so looking at the 3D outcome, what you might actually see on the physical plane in the next few weeks or so, we have the Knight of Cups. It looks like one of you is approaching the other water energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, with perhaps an offer or a confession of love, romantic feelings. It could be like asking you out to get together, or it could be even, oh, I'm here because I realize that I do love you. I mean, be prepared for anything. But the Knight of Cups is an energy of someone coming to bring a message or an offer, and as it is a Knight of Cups, it does refer around emotional things. So 5D. The Hanged Man, more water energy with a major here for Pisces. Excuse me. Well, I think the twin flame journey in a lot of ways can be summed up by the Hanged Man card, because there are different ways that you can interpret it, and I'm picking them all up here. It could talk about being stuck, which many times we do feel like we are on this journey. And there are times too when we're stuck and we feel like we really have to sacrifice something, get rid of old energies and old people and old soul contracts in order to free ourselves and raise our vibration so that we can be better for ourselves and ultimately for our twin flame union as well. So with the Hanged Man, it does talk about sacrifice, it does talk about being stuck, and it also talks about seeing things from an enlightened perspective, looking at things from a new view, almost like I was talking about with the 100-page book. You know, if your life is in a 100-page book to some God out there, you know, it's one page. It's, I don't know. I don't know why I threw that in there, but I think you get my drift. So finally, I've pre-shuffled this Twin Flame Oracle deck. I'm going to split that as well and get 2 cards to end the reading. Unawakened. Wow. Okay, so I did this exact same thing for the Aries Yang reading that I just did, and the same card popped up, and I shuffled the deck 7 times and split it right in front of y'all. So you might want to check out Aries, especially if you haven't in your chart or are involved with someone who has it prominently in their chart. The card says, unaware, 3D, ego, darkness. Your twin flame is not ready yet. So yes, keep that in mind too if you have this encounter. If you're in separation and you're coming back together, like if they're approaching you or vice versa with the Knight of Cups energy, keep in mind it doesn't necessarily mean that's going to lead to your union in this lifetime either, even if it leads to a sexual connection or good grief, even marriage. I mean, people get divorced all the time. I'm not trying to say to look at the dark side and not the bright side. It's good to, you know, keep a sense of optimism and hope. But what I'm trying to say is, just because it seems like you guys get back together, just don't jump the gun and assume that means you're going to be together forever, because often this journey doesn't work quite that smoothly. Just felt the need to put that out there, especially if your twin is in that energy. And then we have memories, nostalgia, repetition, attachment, reliving the past, let it go. Okay, Leo. If you like the reading, please give me a thumbs up, share, subscribe. I'd love to see the channel grow, so any support is appreciated. Again, check out the description box below, and I will see you guys again soon. Bye, Leo.